Welcome back to a new episode of Let's Talk Live. I'm Matt.
I'm still Cedric. and
And today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about music, music in general, different genres, and our preferences, and also a little bit about the music scene here in Dear One.
So, what type of music do you like to listen to nowadays?
Good question. I listen to pretty much anything, like not anything, but a lot of different things. I like hip hop. I also like techno, electronic music. Also into metal, like Black Sabbath or Metallica. So it really depends. I would say, like,
Okay.
what am I doing right now, and like what kind of mood I am in.
Yeah.
How about you?
It's pretty similar. I also like a lot of different genres of music, but in these genres, I always have like a selected artists that I like to listen to. Otherwise, can also be a bit picky about music.
Yeah.
Because if I'd say like, okay, let's listen to some old rap, I have like these certain artists that I really like, and not really much anyone else. So that's kind of like the only issue I have when I am at parties. There's a lot of things going to be pop and stuff, and I don't really listen to pop.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, otherwise I also listen to a lot of rap as well, and that type of thing. I would say like mostly German and English rap, and then as a lot of rock as well, old metal as well.
Yeah.
Like Black Sabbath, very very cool band. But I also like to listen to this alternative rock, or how's that called again? Yeah, that sort of stuff, or indie rock or something like that. That's like my preferred range of genres that I listen to.
So let's say for rap, do you specifically listen to I don't know, let's say Travis Scott?
As I said, selective artists, so I would say like Travis Scott is definitely a person I could listen to some stuff from, but like I'm not gonna like say like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this certain song now, so I would probably have it like on a shuffle playlist, and then I wouldn't like change it, but it's nothing that I would like directly pick. Yeah, so in rap, I more like listen to the old stuff instead of the new stuff. Like Travis Scott is an amazing artist, but it's nothing I would like listen to. I would probably go for a Notorious B.I.G. in the hip hop rap category.
Like old school stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I despise the stuff that comes out now, but I think it's a lot sounds the same, to be honest. If you think about like Travis Scott has this auto-tune thing, and if you see another rapper that does similar thing, it sounds a bit.
It sounds all a bit same, and also if we talk specifically about like K-pop or rap, I don't like this new style of mumble rap.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It just. I don't know. Some people like it. It's just everybody's own choice. But I just don't get it. You don't like really hear the lyrics, and even though if you hear the lyrics, they just don't make sense. And that's what you have like in old school hip hop, or from the artists who have been in the business for a long time.
Yeah.
They still have like some meaning in their lyrics, not just like what was this dude's name who made Gucci Gang?
A Lil Pump.
Yeah.
A Lil Pump. Yeah, it's like the lean rappers. I think they're called lean rappers or something like that. So SoundCloud rappers, it's horrible. Yeah. I'm also not a big fan. But I think for like mumble rap, I think there are like certain stages, like different levels of mumble rap. Like you have like this mumble rap where you kind of like get what he says, but he has like a sort of like, I'm not sure, like smooth way of saying it or something like that. And then you have the people that you can't understand shit, and you also don't know what that's supposed to be or how that functions together and stuff. So for instance, like I would say 21 Savage, I will listen to this. I will consider this mumble rap, but it's not like the level that I would say like you can't listen to it and enjoy it anymore.
I get what you mean. Yeah. There's like a not so bad and
exactly. So they're like
just really bad. But yeah, and you mentioned SoundCloud is interesting because it gave like a lot of artists a platform to share their music.
Yeah, and get noticed.
Of course. Which makes it also kind of different to pick one specific artist, since there are like
a lot of different people that to be honest, sound very similar, or the beat itself sounds very similar. And it basically says that if you enjoy this, you will also enjoy this, and you basically probably do, because it's probably the exact same build up of the music itself.
Yeah, and if you like, even before our generation, you probably had a lot of like local artists.
Yeah.
If it's in Europe or in America or whatever, but not that many like really famous or international known artists.
No, definitely not.
And so yeah, for me, it's when we come back to the question: is it more important for you like to listen to a specific artist?
Yeah.
For me, it really depends. I don't have like the artist where I say I like everything they produce. Sometimes there's also bad things with it. But for me, it's more the genre. So I don't really care for the artist. Sounds a bit hard, but
as long as the music's good, you will listen to it. Kind of.
yeah,
That sort of
pretty
sense,
much, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So for you said you like music. Do you also like watching music videos?
Yeah, sometimes I do, but not recently, honestly. Like earlier, like a couple years ago, yeah, especially for older, like old school hip hop videos, and you see those gangsters and from old times. So looked up those kind of videos, but nah, I think it's been a long time that I've seen a music video actually.
Because I do like to watch music videos, to be honest, because I think like that's like another representation of what you should think about while listening to this music, basically showing depicting the picture that the song is about. And I think that's pretty interesting, at least for me, like with some rappers that I like to listen to. It's always cool to see what they are currently wearing and stuff like this, and basically what type of vibe they want to produce with or like showcase with this music, and therefore I actually kind of enjoy watching music videos.
Well, what's for me interesting in music videos, is when they also contribute to the story.
Yeah.
So, for example, Eminem's song "Stan" from years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the song itself tells a story, but you could also just watch the video and
understand
the story more or less. My problem with, let's say, modern music videos is that they don't really tell a story. It's more just to yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like you said, to put the artist into the middle and just highlight them as much as possible.
Yeah.
And supported by like product placement, basically, like you said, clothing and I don't know, cars and food and just whatever.
It's pretty interesting that like nowadays almost every music video that you watch has product placement in them, due to the fact that the artists just want to make more money, or in that sort of sense sometimes also have the possibility to make a music video, because I think record labels nowadays are giving the artists less money to produce a video, so they might have to get some sponsors to get money from it to produce the video. But most of the time I think it's basically just gaining some more stacks on the actual stack already.
Yeah, I think it really becomes more difficult to get money to produce the video, because I think the times of music television are over. I remember the times when I was watching like MTV.
Yeah.
Or some of the German listeners will probably also know Viva.
Yeah.
Like music channels, they played most time of the day different kind of music, different genres, and showed their music videos.
Yeah.
But now everything is like online and YouTube and so I think it gets more difficult to actually get the budget to produce a proper video, and that's why, like you said, is also a reason why there's so much product placement.
Yeah, and it's also like it's not like it's like the product placement is like hidden. It's like a little bit hidden, but it's like actually really obvious that it is a product placement.
Yeah,
like, they like zoom in on like the phone they're holding for like a second. You can basically directly see LG. A dual screen. I think that was in the Godzilla video from Eminem and Juice WRLD, and it was like so clear to see that was a product.
Yeah, and some parts of it looked like it could be an advertisement.
Exactly, it could have been an advertisement, probably. Yeah. But yeah, that's something really interesting. I'm like really interested in, because I was like, why are people doing this that often? Like, because they didn't have to do it like earlier. I mean, of course, you also had like good product placements from like the old times as well. I think there was one Britney Spears video where she had like Coca-Cola light balls in her hair. Like, I think that was one that was a bit older.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also this, I think, from Ariana Grande. That was a song called "Focus." I think it's 5 years old now, and she was like holding, I think it was a Samsung Galaxy something, and like the whole theme was Galaxy kind of vibe to it, and she had like she was like standing on this platform, like turning around like in circles, and then had like the Samsung in her hand. At the beginning, she wrote like "love" something on the thing as well with the drawing tool.
Yeah.
The pen. It was, I was like, wow, okay. But normally when you look at the older times, I think it's on the older videos. I think it was more of like a hidden type of thing.
It was more of a supporting tool, right?
Exactly. It's more of like, yeah.
Maybe it was the newest car of a specific brand, but it wasn't like zoom in on the brand name and.
You should just know that that is that car.
Yeah.
Because it was expensive, and that was it basically.
Yeah. It's more in the focus. The product is more in the focus. Do you have like an favorite music video?
Favorite music video? I think I like. Well, one of my favorites is definitely Thriller from Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Which is, just for the time and the whole aspect of it, was just perfect. It fit completely to the song itself. It was complete, it was a banger hit and banger video as well. So just, they basically both took off. So it's something, because for me sometimes it's like if you have a song which is cool and then you see the music video, it makes it even cooler, and therefore it's like it like contributes to the success of the song itself. But sometimes you also have the music video that is complete crap, and then it basically pulls down the title, because the song might be cool but the music video is so you might not listen to it as often as you would if it would be cool or really cool. So I think it always it depends on how good the music and the music video fit together, and if it doesn't work, then might end up like actually losing some sales in the end.
Yeah,
maybe. So that was a perfect fit, and I also like some German thing, but but that was more of like that the video fitted to the vibe perfectly, and it was pretty cool to watch. It was like, yeah. Do you have anything? Do you have any like?
It's funny because I was also thinking about Thriller.
Yeah.
Like you said, like I mean the video itself is pretty long actually.
Yeah, with the whole trailer and everything,
it's around 7 minutes, I think. And like I said before, it tells a story. It's like a movie. It's a short movie, and it really fits the vibe of the song. They really play well together, if that's how you say it. And of course the dance choreography in the video.
Yeah, it's
also really iconic and has been like copied many times.
Because I think that was also like a pinpoint where when artists like saw, oh my god, we should make a video because this helps our song, and I think that like basically sparked it a bit more just because of that video, because it got so hyped. I think at the time, so it was like, well. So it's like when you think back and you say like, music video of Michael Jackson, I think probably 90% are gonna probably say Thriller. Because it was just so iconic, and I think that's why it's stuck in our heads. And nowadays, like everyone has like a lot of better capabilities of doing amazing videos, but of course some people just don't want to. First off, because they don't think it's like worth the amount of time and money spent on it. Yeah, and some others like just go all out.
Yeah. What do you think about like electronic and techno music? Since in the Netherlands and in Leeuwarden, is it pretty popular?
Yeah, I think all surrounding like Netherlands, Germany, I think, and also in France, these type of like underground clubs and stuff are really really popular. And I think that's where most of the time like the techno scene like operates. Yeah, but I kind of enjoy techno, to be honest. But to be honest, I wouldn't probably listen to it like when I'm at home or something. But if I would actually go to a club and dance, I would probably prefer techno top, because I definitely know it's going to be techno. It's going to be something that I like, and not like when you go into a club here or like a normal club, you go in there and then it plays pop, whatever, and then it goes to Katy Perry fireworks and it goes back to Queen. I'm not sure. So that's like stuff where I'd be like, that's just basically, it's not my type of music that I listen to. You just can't be sure if the music is going to be good or not. But if you go into a techno club,
generic club music.
Yeah, so I think like the whole vibe of going to a techno club is really cool, and the techno club itself is also really cool. So I would definitely listen to it, but I would probably prefer if like I would actually go out and like go into a techno club to listen to techno.
When you were talking about like this commercial music in clubs, I had to think about study start week.
Yeah. Oh my
Where
god.
we did the what was it called?
Pop crawl.
Pop crawl, yeah. And after visiting like 3 bars or 4 bars, it was pretty obvious they all have kind of like the same playlist.
Oh my god.
And
So
sometimes you went outside of a club and went into another one, and just like the next song after that was the song you previously listened.
Yeah. It's like, I think it's like as soon as you get the rhythm out, which song you're basically on in the playlist, you could probably go into the next club, listen to it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be the next song is gonna be this song.
Listen
Just
it on
because
the
all
loop,
the same. So yeah, it's like when you switch bars. Yeah, let's go to another bar. It's gonna be way cooler there. The music wise, you can't really say it's probably cooler. You can only say like actually other people might actually be cooler in there, or the whole vibe might be better. But yeah, you basically could guess which song came on next.
That's why I also like to go to techno clubs.
Have you ever been?
Yeah, just only basically the beginning of my partying career. No, you know, like the first times when you go out and go into a club, it was, I think this club called Velvet in Frankfurt.
Okay.
And it is like the most commercial club
ever.
and audience and music you could imagine, but it was like during that time the club to be.
Okay.
And but went there a couple times and just I think after the third time I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this anymore, because it was almost every time the same. Even if it wasn't the same song, it was similar stuff. And after some time, my friend took me to a techno club. It was the first time, and yeah, it was funny because I wasn't prepared. Like I didn't know what to expect, and I was clothed like too warm for a techno club.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I was sweating like crazy within like 20 minutes. It was just so funny. And after that, I got into techno, and I really like going to techno clubs, or in the summer to like those one-day festivals or open airs, which are really, really fun.
Definitely, I think that's like over like going to festivals is pretty cool. So going to festivals in total, like music festivals, always like a thing I would always wanted to do. Although in China, I didn't really have the opportunity because you just did the when I lived there, the market of that wasn't that big.
So it's not a big thing to have like music.
Well, the issue is like they probably would throw like really big festivals, but the issue is that no artists wanted to come, and it was way too far. So maybe there were like Chinese festivals, but I wasn't into Chinese music at all. So that might have been the thing. But like where like international people like went to, because you had that in Germany as well. Like, overall touring also of American people, parents are gonna probably be in Europe as well. It's someplace near, but like China, you never had that often, at least when I was there. So I was really like always like keen to go on festivals in Germany when I had summer vacation. I went back. So yeah. But what about you? Do you?
So I've never been to an actual festival. A close friend and I, we went to this event called World Club Dome, which takes place in Frankfurt, and it was basically 2 days. It started in the morning at whatever 8, 9, and lasted till I think the last act was over at 2 or something. And then you had to leave like the compound, and you could get back in the next day.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty cool time, even though we didn't camp there. We spent both like full days there, so we just went home to sleep for like a couple hours and just got back. And it was really fun. It was really exciting. It was like the first experience with like a bigger event, and a lot of international artists were there. We saw David Guetta, who had the closing act, I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure, or was it Steve Aoki? But David Guetta was there, Steve Aoki, so it was pretty cool. Yeah. And what I really liked about it the most was it was at a football stadium, and football stadium itself, it was like the main stage. And there you had like the biggest acts of the event, of the festival, and all around the compound on those empty spaces, they've set up smaller stages for smaller acts, and there was like a dubstep tent, and you also had an area where they played non-techno, non-electronical music,
Okay.
just like some hip hop and some rock, because it gets exhausting.
Yeah, definitely.
And you just need to sometimes to calm down a bit.
Yeah, listen to some other not that upbeat music, kind of.
Yeah, but for festivals, I was actually looking forward to visit. I think it's called Sci-Fi.
Yeah,
Here in Leeuwarden.
Also, yeah.
I wanted to go last year. It didn't work out, and well, this year because of Corona, probably also won't work out.
Yeah.
And it's a bit sad, but I talked to some people who've been there and looked it up online, and it really looks cool. So
And it's right here, so
it's right here. It's really something I would like to go to and experience myself, because it's not just about music. It's also about being spiritual and building a community. And I saw this after movie from I don't know which year, where they had like workshops and people giving like yoga classes or painting classes, and you could also see like families with their kids just sitting there, basically making a picnic and just having fun. But yeah, well, let's see how it will turn out after Corona.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, surrounding like music in Leeuwarden, you also have a lot of record stores here.
Yes,
A lot of vinyl stuff you can get, because vinyl is very popular in Holland overall. I think it's probably because all the parents like still have some record players at home, and then then the younger generation grew up with them and then might also want one. And since you also have like the newer albums or newer songs right now are still releasing on vinyl as well.
Yeah.
It's like also cool to listen to like modern stuff on like old equipment, kind of, you know what I mean?
It's kind of like we talked about in the fashion episode, that this vintage vibe, this old school vibe is kind of coming back. And the same goes also for how are they called, like LPs.
I think so. Yeah, I'm not
But
sure.
yeah, whatever. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it becomes more popular, and that's also why like more artists or more producers that just also sell those kind of records.
It's mostly in bundles, right? That you can like pre-order it, and then you have like the vinyl in there as well.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not sure, like a piece of merch or like clothing or whatever.
Clothing, a shirt, or towel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought this one bundle from this German rap band, KZ.
No.
And it was kind of like a fan package, right?
No.
And it was a plastic atomic bomb.
Okay.
And you could open it, and inside there was a small flag with their logo, and playing cards and some stickers.
Okay.
And so yeah, I just had to remember that.
Yeah, I bought a bundle once as well, and I got a T-shirt, and I got like a cigarette extinguisher.
Okay.
Extinguisher, kind of, and that's what they called them, and it said like this thing on the side as well.
Okay.
So that was hilarious, but it was but I bought it to get the album as soon as possible, basically. So but otherwise, yeah. So vinyl is very, very popular here, and you have a lot of different stores that sell different things. For instance, I also have a couple of vinyls at home as well, and my favorite one, I think, it's called King Kong Records. That's like the one that I find most of the music that I'm looking for a good price.
Mm-hmm. The store, you mean, right?
Yeah, the store is called King Kong Records, and basically when I go there, it's like my favorite store. It's like most genres that I like and the artists that I like.
Yeah.
And good pricing for it as well.
What I miss here in Leeuwarden a bit, to be honest, is because I also like to go to music bars, like more rock bars.
Yeah.
And I know they have this one bar, cafe, whatever. I think it's called Cafe Mucus, whatever. And they also have like live acts there and smaller bands just playing some songs. And it's pretty cool. But as far as I know, it's the only place like that.
You only have this one karaoke bar, but it's still different.
It's different, yes, exactly.
No, but I also never heard of any like rock type or any other like cafe that doesn't play like the normal stuff, right? So the normal pop stuff. But I think that was everything. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can listen to our old episode about gaming, and we'll talk about movies in the next one. So be happy for that.
Talk to you the next time.
Bye.